not show that they're like, you know, crying, because that's a sign of weakness, of course. So they have a lot to deal with on top of having children, and a lot of women did have their kids freak out, and they couldn't do anything about it, which really distracts them from their mission. I just give them, you know, I shout out to them. Like, it's really hard, God bless them, like, it's really hard to see them go through all this, and on top of it, being like a sucky environment. So it's very difficult, very difficult.
Okay. When most veterans come home, there's a common factor that they turn to drug abuse and alcohol abuse. Have you seen that as a common factor amongst your friends? And do you think it's hard for somebody to reach out for help because they're not educated enough to, not educated, but they're not educated on the rights they have to seek out for that type of?
Right, absolutely. Like, yeah, you go from like this like intense adrenaline, and then you're just dropped into solitude because no one gets you, like your family doesn't get you. Your close friends are, you know, miles away, spread out. Yeah, it's, you know, it's self-medication right there. And yeah, like absolutely, there's huge drug use, there's huge alcohol abuse, and it makes sense. So yes, and yes, vets just don't know their rights. Well, they do know, but you know, so much information is thrown at them that they're confusing, and it's very hard. And the system is just like so huge that like it takes a lot of time, and a lot of veterans are just scared. So
to touch on that point, do you think that's the main reason why a lot of females they don't say anything or they keep quiet because they don't know their rights, or it's because
no, they know their rights. They you know, like I said, like it's like one guy or one female to like 10 guys, so she's scared out of her mind. You know what I mean?
Do you see that amongst the female superiors also, like those who are female soldiers who are in control of?
No, if they do, they're not good leaders. I've had an amazing female in my lifetime who really taught me and paved the way for me. So I've been lucky, you know what I mean? Like, I've had some shitty experiences, but every now and then, like, I'll get like a good leader, especially females. Like I said, there hasn't been many, but you know, the women are tough, especially the women who stand for a really long time. They understand it, and they push the soldiers, female soldiers, and that's what I would do in my trips, you know, when I had my female soldiers.
How did your family feel about you going?
They're like, finally, she's doing something with her life. So, you know, like they're excited for me. But my mom, she was pretty scared when, you know, I was overseas because my brother had just came back and I was going over there. So it was pretty tough on my mom. She, you know, ulcers, gained a bunch of weight, stuff like that. So poor mom. You know, but my family is pretty happy. They saw a huge impact in my life. So
what was the best thing that you've done so far by in the military?
I got to train troops. I really trained some troops, and I really felt like I was a good leader. So that was pretty rewarding.
So you think that the military made something out of your life when you thought that there was nothing left?
I think we worked together, you know what I mean? I think they pushed me and I pushed back, and I absorbed a lot and I gave them some. So I think it really worked out. I definitely was there, and I definitely have an opinion, and it worked both ways. So it definitely, I helped them, they helped me. So.
In regards to change, another key word.
Yeah, Obama.
Change. What are some things that you would like to change?
In the military?
In yourself as well.
Oh gosh, that's a loaded question. I would love to see, equal rights. Obviously, I feel like Miss America. Like, I would love to see peace on earth and all that stuff. I don't know. Like, it's a really in-depth question. I think what everyone else wants to see, equality. I think we want to live like you know, working together and making things a lot better. And it's, you know, but it's a loaded question. It's really huge. So, but for me, I want to see myself just keep proving that I can do better and better and better. And I don't know, there's so much potential, and there's so much resources not being tapped into, especially in the military, especially with like the diversity and all that stuff. So I just think that there's so much potential that could be used and resources available, but who knows, hopefully somebody will step it up.
How is the education in the Army? How does that?
I mean, they promote education. Go get your education. You know, go. I always tell my troops, I'm like, you better look out for your promotion and your education. And I was in there. I was always educating myself, and I think educating yourself in general is being promoted a lot more these days. But in the military, like, you gotta understand, like, there's a lot of outside issues that we close ourselves off from on purpose because we should have to stay focused on our mission of doing our tasks, doing our training, and making sure all of our troops come home alive. And, you know, like, all the education in the world is not going to save you from a bullet. All the training in the world hopefully will. So, I don't know, just working with your troops is all you can do.
To touch back on the education part, what facilities were available to you by way of advancing your education while you were in the military?
Tons of stuff. They have Army education resources. They had education centers. They actually had colleges come to our little bases and teach classes. So education is available, definitely.
When you hit the Army, does the Army give you something to start your life? I went to a regular drop in because research, I have realized that a lot of females, they come out of the Army and they don't get the proper care. I know that one of the articles that I read, one of the females she came into the Army, so forth, but when she left, the only thing that she had left was just $500 and